6:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. A new act on religious freedom and distortion of facts is to be introduced shortly. The GC ordinary level examination starts tomorrow at 3,568 examination centres island-wide. The full quota is to be doubled from next Tuesday. New procedure is to eliminate shortcomings in the current tax collection procedure. The Met Department directs the public to stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade as often as possible due to increased temperatures. News overseas, Nepal has started exporting electricity to India. And those are the headlines. Minister of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, Vidura Vikramanayake, says that a new act on religious freedom and distortion of facts will be brought in the near future. The minister added that the police have jointly initiated a special program, an investigation on individuals who make statements that insult religious faiths. Meanwhile, Natasha Edilsuria, who made disrespectful remarks on Buddhism, has been arrested by Criminal Investigation Department at the Bandaranaike International Airport this evening. Police said she was arrested while attempting to leave the country. The CID launched an inquiry following a complaint that the suspect has allegedly made disrespectful remarks on Buddhism and Buddhist philosophy and culture, as well as the Christianity during a stand-up comedy show in Colombo recently. Minister Vikramanayake stated that the arrest of Natasha Edilsuria was carried out with the direct intervention of the ministry. Nearly 472,500 candidates will sit for the GCE ordinary level examination from tomorrow at 3,568 examination centres island-wide. The Commissioner General of Examinations, Amit Jayasundara, said that the school candidates who misbehave at examination centres and commit fraud would be punished and their candidature would be cancelled with immediate effect. The department reminded that they have authority to ban candidates sitting public examinations for lifetime if they commit frauds and malpractices. Last year, 234 candidates were not issued their results since they had committed frauds and misdeeds at the examination centres. The department added. The Commissioner General and special examination centres has been set up at the Valikada Prison, School for Blind at Ratnana, Sunita Vidyalaya at Wataraka and Apeksha Hospital at Maharagama. The Commissioner General of Examination said school heads and parents should make their children aware that they should adhere to the rules and regulations issued by the supervisors at the examination centres and face examination. Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara says that the full quota will be doubled from next Tuesday. The minister said that the government hopes to increase the existing 7-litre weekly fuel quota for motorcycles and three-wheelers to 14 litres. He said fuel quota for registered hiring three-wheelers will be 2 litres and there will be 125 litres quota for buses and lorries. The minister added that the fuel quota revision is planned to be carried out along with the fuel price revision. Minister Wijesekara made these comments while joining a public meeting in the Baligam area. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. State Minister for Finance, Ranjit Siambalapitiya, says that it has been proposed to establish a separate court to hear tax-related cases. Speaking to a media in Ruanwella, he said there is a massive delay in existing tax-related matters due to the absence of a separate court for legal proceedings. The minister said a systematic program has been prepared to streamline the payment of taxes by eliminating the existing weaknesses and shortcomings in the current tax collection procedure. The Department of Meteorology has issued a heat index advisory effective from today, warning the public of increased temperatures. The department said that the temperature felt on the human body is expected to rise to the caution level at some places in the northern, north central, northwestern and eastern provinces and in Monaragala and Hambantota districts. The heat index forecast is calculated by using relative humidity and maximum temperature, and this is the condition that is felt on the body. The Met Department advises the public to stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade as often as possible, limit strenuous outdoor activities fine shade and wear lightweight and white or light-colored clothing. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara says that the fuel quota will be doubled from next Tuesday. The minister said that the government hopes to increase the existing 7-litre weekly quota for motorcycles and 3-wheelers to 14 litres. He said fuel quota for registered hiring 3-wheelers will be 22 litres and there will be 125 litres quota for buses and lorries. And that came to you in top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, health authorities warn that an influenza virus is spreading across the country. Deputy Director General of Health Services Dr. G. Vijayasuriya said if fever persists, the patient should immediately seek medical attention. He said the influenza virus, COVID-19 and dengue are currently spreading across the country and the common symptoms among all is fever. Health officials warned that the dengue is reaching at a high risk level and 18 dengue-related deaths have been recorded so far in 2023. Moving on to world news headlines, Nepal has started exporting electricity to India. China's C919 passenger plane makes maiden flight. One of the Hong Kong's major pre-democracy parties disbanded amid growing pressure from Beijing. And those are the headlines of the world news. Nepal has started exporting electricity to India from Saturday. It was resulted as a generation of hydroelectricity from a run-of-the-river projects increased with the onset of a monsoon last year. Nepal exported hydroelectricity to India from June to November last year. A spokesperson of Nepal Electricity Authority, Suresh Bhattari, said that they have started selling 600 megawatts per hour electricity to India from yesterday as there is surplus in the electricity in the country. China's first domestically produced passenger jet has taken off on its maiden commercial flight. State TV showed the C919 rising into the skies above Shanghai, heading to capital Beijing early today. And it was built by the Commercial Aviation Corporation of China in the hope of breaking the dominance of Airbus and Beijing's single-aisle jets. But the 164-seater still relies heavily on Western components, including engines and avionics. And its first commercial flight from Shanghai to Beijing with more than 130 passengers was completed in just under 3 hours. One of the Hong Kong's major pro-democracy parties decided to disband amid growing pressure from Beijing. The Civic Party made the decision after its members took a vote on Saturday. Party chairman Lang Leong said it would be difficult for the party to continue, as there are no valid nominations for executive committee members or a new chairman. The Civic Party was founded in 2006 by lawyers, scholars and others. And that's World News. Development News. State Minister for Investment Promotion Dilum Amunigam says government has given approval to start water villas with 26 islets being identified for development. Minister Amunigam said the government had received proposals for water villas, but the state could not approve as the Coast Conservation Department government had not approved for the project earlier. And that was the development news. In sports, Ukraine's Elena Svitolina celebrated her first title since becoming a mother by donating a prize money to help children in her homeland. Ukraine's Svitolina, 28, beat Russia's Anna Blankova 6-2, 6-3 to win the tournament. Svitolina announced after the tournament all prize money from the tournament is going to go to the kids of Ukraine. And that was sports news.
Go ekakthiyana youth කට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account NSB I am a plan for your dream.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Sri Lankan Embassy has launched a program to promote Ceylon tea in Tehran recently. The program was launched in line with the International Tea Day. The event was arranged in collaboration with the Sri Lanka Tea Board and Iranian tea research and development expert and social media activist Asan Afsari. And that was the business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
In economic news, the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority anticipates a revenue of $2 billion in 2023. The authority said the more Chinese tourists expected to arrive in the coming months, and there will be better revenue from the industry. Tourists to Sri Lanka this year have primarily Asians and Indians, with a few visitors from UK and Australia and other countries making up the rest. And that was the economic news. Weather report. The weather report, the Met Department predicts showers or thundershowers will occur at several places over the island during the evening or night. Showers will occur in western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Galle and Matara districts in the morning hours too. Showers will occur at a few places in the sea areas of the coast extending from Puttalam to Matara via Colombo and Galle. The sea areas off the coast extending from Puttalam to Kankasinture via Mana, from Kalutara to Pottuwil via Galle and Hamantura will be fairly rough at times. The other sea areas around the island will be slight to moderate. And that was the weather report. To wind up these news podcasts, let's get the main points once again. A new act on religious freedom and distortion of facts is to be introduced shortly. The GCE ordinary level examination commences tomorrow at 3,568 examination centres island-wide. The full quota is to be doubled from next Tuesday. New procedure to eliminate shortcomings in the current tax collection system. The Met Department directs the public to stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade as often as possible due to increased temperatures. Nepal has started exporting electricity to India. And with that, we conclude these news podcasts of Sri Lankan Broadcasting Corporation.